Just because it's one of those tough games within a week span.
No, that's fine. Have a couple different questions.
Is Mike still running?
Power.
Aaliyah, we talked a little yesterday about, being February, that time of the year. How about having that sense of urgency and, responding with the performance that you had today?
Yeah, it's that time of the season where we need to lock in and really hone in on what we need to execute. So, my team helped me out today, but I think it was a team effort win because we had to play all 40 minutes. And, yeah.
Paige, just talk about the chemistry you and Aaliyah have been having out there on the court, and at what point did you say, okay, this is going to have to be the game where the two of us do this?
Me and Aaliyah have always had great chemistry going back to our freshman year. Just unfortunately, we haven't played that many games together. But it builds every single game that we play. She gets me open. By her getting me open, she gets open. We read each other well. Off ball, on ball, ball screens, off ball screens, and she helps me out a lot. I would attribute a lot of my points to her getting me open. But I think Aaliyah carried us for the majority of the game, and then in the fourth quarter, she helped me get open and make some plays. But just us two starting, and Nika, the older guys, starting off the aggression level, and then letting our freshmen sort of take over and see how aggressive and how hard we're playing, and set the tone that way. But yeah, I think she played an incredible game tonight.
Paige, can you talk about the complete player that she's become? I mean, she came here and played so hard as a freshman. Everybody just looked at the effort, but she's added so many different layers to her game since then.
I feel like there's not anything on the floor she can't do. She's sparing her three-point shots for later in the season. But I'm confident when we get her the ball at any point on the floor. And just her growth as a post player, I know she's not naturally a center, but the way she's embraced that role and took it and just ran with it, I feel like anytime we get her the ball in the paint, she's going to score or draw a foul. And also what she does with the ball in her hands on the outside perimeter, getting guys open, hitting people on the back doors, and just reading the game. And then obviously you've seen her grow in her 15-foot jump shot, having confidence in that when teams want to play her for the paint, her just being confident, stepping up and hitting that jump shot. So, she does it all.
Paige, also, coach has deflected an awful lot as he gets closer to his 1,200th win, just saying it's a matter of longevity and stuff like that. But can you just talk about what makes him such a good coach and deserving of being right there at the very top of the coaching game?
Yeah, I think, obviously longevity plays into it, but it's like LeBron. Like, it's so hard to stay that great for that long. And it's just a testament to the culture he's built here, him and CD being here the longest. From start, he expects the same out of every single player. He builds a relationship with every single player, and he demands greatness. And you can see it in the championships and the success here, the total number of wins, the players he produces for the pros, the Olympics. But just him having that resume, I don't think it speaks to the person he is and the greatness he demands out of us as a coach. I think that's why we all wanted to come here, was to play for him and be a part of this culture. But just tremendous pride playing here at UConn, playing for him. And I know he doesn't want it to be a big deal, but for him to do that and accomplish that, it speaks a lot to who he is and what he's built here at Connecticut.
Aaliyah, you had a season high in steals tonight. In what ways do you feel like you've grown defensively since the beginning of the year?
I think just with my aggressiveness on the perimeter, especially, I think I'm pretty well-rounded around the basket, guarding the posts on the opponent team. But no, I think today, especially last time we faced up with them, we forced a lot of turnovers, and I was usually in the back end. But today, I was in the front end trying to help my team with the steals, and it felt good. So, yeah, just applying pressure anywhere we can on defensive end because it led to us getting buckets in our transition offense.
Aaliyah, can you also talk about playing for Coach Auriemma and what he means not only X's and O's wise, but what he has meant to you off the court? Is there anything that you can tell us about that relationship and how it's helped you?
Yeah, I mean, Coach, great coach, but even better person. I think that he relates to us players. Not only develops it on the court, but just off the court, just how we can act more professional, how we can become a pro while we spend our years here at UConn. And I think that all the accolades that he's won and earned, it speaks to how he is as a person. He just wants to get it done at the end of the day. And I think that the relationship that I've had with Coach has grown over the years. You know, as a freshman, you're kind of on the bad side a little bit, but then as you get older, there's more responsibility, more accountability that comes with it. So the relationship builds, and I think that the trust builds as well. And as you grow as a player, he appreciates you and appreciates all the work that he helps you put into your game. So I think that him coming off and going into almost his 12,000 win, 1,200 win. Sorry,
12,000.
maybe you never know. 1,200 win. Yeah, he's all about the doves, but at the same time, it's about the memories and what he's built along the way that really means the most and cherished us to as student athletes.
Yeah, Paige, we've talked about his 1,200th win perhaps coming up, but he has another milestone coming up, the big 7-0. It's not too far away. When you work with him day to day, and you see the energy that he brings, the passion he brings, all of that, do you sometimes have to remind yourself that he's just about 70 years old and that there's not a much younger guy?
Well, I mean, we kind of call him our grandpa at this point, but I mean, he's very youthful, cracks jokes, plays around, and the way he yells and has energy at practice, you couldn't put an age on it. He's just as enthusiastic and just as energetic as he was. I mean, the alums say he's calmed down a bit, but I don't know if that's with age or with the generations or whatever, but I don't know. But just him pouring it all into the game, I think when you give to the game, it gives back, and that's what he's done, and he's never changed who he is as a coach, changed who he is as a person. I think he just gets wiser with age, so he can keep going if he wants.
KK, just what was it like watching those two to your right play today?
It was awesome, you know, being a freshman. Being a freshman, looking at them and trying to learn from them on the court as well has been great so far this season. And, you know, just watching them go at it, watching them play two game, and, you know, watching them be pressure on the ball and create, you know, these offensive opportunities for us and defensive opportunities has been great so far to watch and be a part of.
For any of y'all, but especially for KK and Paige, you had to play a little bit without Nika again today, just with some foul trouble. How do you feel like you guys handled that compared to, you know, how you did against Notre Dame a couple days ago?
You want to do it or me? Okay. I think we handled it better than we did against Notre Dame. Obviously, you miss your presence on both sides of the floor, but just making sure that we were slow and steady on offense. And obviously, she had the assignment of Unique Drake, so whoever stepped up to that assignment knew just exactly what they had to do and play exactly how the scouting report was. But just being patient, running our offense, getting into the flow, changing sides of the floor was a huge focus for us. And we tried to do that with Nika and without Nika on the floor. But I thought we did a better job of keeping our poise on both sides of the floor.
KK, can you just talk about how much you've grown offensively? I mean, only 6 points today, but 6 assists, and it just seems like you have a better handle on the overall offensive flow for this team.
Just understanding in my game when to give and go and just when to go score and when our momentum needs to slow down and pick it up. So like today, just more of a assist game and looking for, the dominant players like Lee and Paige. So I'm just looking for opportunities for them to score, but also being aggressive on defense is what I bring to this team as well, the intensity on the defensive end. So making sure I keep those two balanced and like you said, learning to when to stop and go is a big thing for me, and I think I've learned so well of pacing in my game and not always going. Really just down here all the time and actually just looking for the next player. Great read.
Thank you.